shock. Zak Chelli wins against Morello. Oh my God. This was an incredible fight. Yo! Zak Chelli, my boy, well done. I don't think anyone thought he would be able to do this, but he did. He pulled it out of the bag. And you know what? I've got to say this at the beginning. I could see him actually winning this fight. From the first round, he showed me, oh my days, he is not looking like he's out of his depth in this fight. He looks comfortable and he looks a bit confident. Every round after, he just kept growing in confidence. And there wasn't much coming from Morello. I don't know what was wrong with Morello. Was there some issue with his left hand? They were saying it in a commentator. The commentators were saying it. But then right after they said it, the next round, I see him let off some left hand. So I don't know what was going on. I felt like Morello maybe he is the person of his own downfall by maybe boxing to the person's level. Maybe because he didn't expect much from Zak Chelli because it wasn't who he was supposed to fight, Callum Smith. Maybe he just downed his level a bit, or maybe he came in thinking, I'm gonna have an easy fight because he looked so subdued in this fight. He was reserved. He wasn't throwing much, and every round, yeah, he was winning, but it was very marginal. And it was just his cleaner and better boxing compared to Zak Chelli's a bit more heavy-footed and full like range of like punches. His punches are a bit too like 100% all the time. So he kind of stays there for a split second too long, so Morell can capitalize. But he wasn't capitalizing crazy, but he was getting those clean shots in. So his technical ability was getting him through most of those rounds. But every round seemed competitive, and I could see Zak Chelli really landing some good heavy shots because he throws with 100 every time, and he's got a decent engine and a decent chin. So Morell looked bigger. He looked physically and technically the superior guy, but Zak Chelli didn't look like he was out of his league in this fight. And that's when I was like, yo, you give him this type of confidence, he's going to go for it. And he did. And there was times where he was landing with that right hand. And I don't know why, but his style is very awkward, but it seems like it works for a left-hander. Like, his style really works to counter that southpaw style. So his right hands and his left hooks, they look wild and everything, but it's so awkward that they were landing cleanly on Morell. And I was like, yo, at the beginning, I was like, maybe his power doesn't translate to Morell because Morell comes from light heavyweight and maybe he can take this. Zak Chelli's a bit smaller, but no. It was wearing him down every round. I could see it coming and it was landing. And I think it was the fifth or sixth round where I first saw Morello look like he kind of stumbled. Maybe he wobbled a bit. And I was like, whoa, you know what? Zak Chelli, throw that right hand more and try and bring in some combinations because he was just doing a lot of single or maybe, two shots and then he would stop. I was like, try and do some combinations and then go in again. And then it happened, the ninth round. Whoa, oh my God. I was like, yo, I was starting to lose faith in Zak Chelli. I was like, you know what? He's going to put in a good performance. And I was going to make a video talking about how well Zak Chelli did, but it was just not enough against someone like Morello. And then it happened. He stunned the hell out of Morello to the point that I thought, oh my days, he's going to win this by stoppage. Morello got saved by the bell. And I was like, crushed. I was like, you know what? That's it. That was Zak Chelli's moment. Little did I realize that, oh my days, Morello was still out on his feet to the point that you saw his trainers wet up the corner sign to try and do some tactics. And I noticed, I was like, oh my God, Zak Chelli needs to pounce on him because he's still out on his feet. Mate, every punch that Zak was putting, oh my days, he was just not there. I think he got hit in his temple. He was gone. So yeah, just from that you could see, and I don't know why, but I felt like yelling at the screen, going, Zak Chelli, go now, just keep going. But he kept it calm, and he was like, I know, I'm gonna pick my shot, and when I pick it, I'm gonna make it really land. And that's what he did. He threw a left hook, stunned him, got him. But Morello grabbed and he was doing everything to survive and he was in survivability. But then Zak Chelli found his moment, caught him, and he was on the ropes and he was just letting it go. And then there was just one shot. You saw it hit him and it was lights out. Morello was, man was sleep. He was sleeping, bro. He was slept. And I was like, ah. It was crazy. High praise to Zak Chelli for taking this opportunity and taking the chance to actually win. Morello, mate, you fumbled the bag. And Zak Chelli now has a chance of actually going and having a big fight and having some money, life-changing money. Well done to him. And that's it for this one, guys. I'll see you in the next one. I'm so hyped, but I've got to watch the other fights. Let's see you. Let's see the Fabio Wardley fight after this. Ciao.